Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming to this presentation on Teams Voice. Today we're going to talk about what is Teams Voice and what does it do and how we use it here at Regroove. You might be wondering, when is a good time to switch to Teams Voice? Well, in our opinion, if you've got an aging phone system or if you've got old headsets that need replacing, or maybe you're opening up a new office, these are all awesome times to make the jump over to Teams Voice. So let's get into it and see what it is. So standard Teams, when you buy a basic business license for Teams, you get something that looks like this. You've got your regular alerts and chats and all the good stuff. The basic business license for Teams gives you a text-based channel for chat. You can do video meetings and you can do calls within your organization. So if you wanted to call someone who also has Teams in your organization, you can make a Teams to Teams call, but you can't dial out and you can't have anybody dial in. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. So the cool thing about Microsoft Teams is it allows you to customize it. You can add things onto it. You've got the base Teams and you can build on top of that. So that's what we're talking about with Teams Voice. It's a collection of things that you can add to Teams to make it even better. What kinds of things do you get? That's what we'll be talking about. All these cool things that get added on once you unlock the power of Teams Voice. So this is what your screen will look like when you get Teams Voice. You'll notice that over here on the side, we can see that we have a calls button on the left side. And we'll talk a little bit more about that menu in a minute, but this is the goal. The goal is to get that calls thing so we can see what's in that menu. Before we get into what Teams Voice is, let's talk about another add-on that you can do that we find really useful. This is not what we would consider to be Teams Voice, but it is a useful piece. The audio conferencing license. And this is what allows users outside of your organization to call in to a meeting that you've booked with their cell phone. So when you send out your meeting invite, it'll send this little message here as well with a phone number so that people without Teams can join your video meeting. This is helpful for like if clients don't have Teams yet, or if you've got someone out in the field that doesn't have Teams on their device. This is just a little kind of in between. If you've got Office 365 E5, it's included already. But if you have Office 365 E1 or E3, you can add it for around $4 a month per user. So with audio conferencing license out of the way, what is Teams Voice? That's what we're here for. That's what we want to find out. So Teams Voice is the addition of 3 pieces when combined together. So we're combining 3 pieces. The first piece is a domestic calling plan. And there are 2 options for the domestic calling plan. One is in your country or region. So all of North America basically is included in the Canadian domestic calling plan. You can call Canada, you can call America, and there's one more. I can't remember. Anyway, you can call domestically. This is so you can dial in or out from Teams. So you don't need a cell phone. You can use any device that has Teams on it to make a phone call. The second piece is the phone system license, and this is the bit that replaces the old school internal switchboard phone system in your organization. So like if you've got desk phones and you can pick up your desk phone and dial a 4-digit extension to call someone upstairs or downstairs and talk to them, that is going to be replaced with the phone system license. And the third piece is the communications credits. And those are basically when you get Teams Voice, you get a certain number of minutes. And the communications credits are the extra pool of minutes to make sure that as you go through the month, your minutes don't run out. Because it would be awful if you've made this big switch and everybody's on board, and then in the middle of a call, somebody just drops because you're out of minutes. You don't want that to happen. So you got to have communications credits. And that way it just auto renews. So if you get down to like, oh, there's only $10 worth of minutes left on your plan, it'll auto renew. We have our limit at Regroove set up to $50. So there's constantly a $50 bank. And from my understanding, it took us about a year to go through the $50 of extra communications credits. So let's talk a little bit about specifically which features are unlocked with the addition of those three things. The first thing, like we said, with the domestic calling plan, you can dial in or out to external numbers. So like we said, with any device that has Teams on it, you can log into Teams and make calls in or out. So if you've got clients that want to call you on their cell phone, they can do that, and you can get the call right into Teams. We've also got the ability to transfer calls. So if you receive a call and you want to transfer it to somebody else in your department or in a different department, you can transfer calls in Teams. Voicemails. You can get voicemails in Teams. So it's all the standard things that you get with a phone. And one of the cool things about Teams voicemails is not only do you get to listen to the voicemail in your inbox, but it also transcribes the voicemail into an email, and it'll send you the email of what the person said in the voicemail. So if you're like me and you don't like listening to voicemails, you can just get it in email format. I think that's pretty cool. So with Teams Voice, you can make calls on Wi-Fi or data, whichever you prefer. You don't have to use a cell phone, and you don't have to use cellular. So if someone is out on the road and they're out of minutes, or they don't have cell, pull into a McDonald's where there's Wi-Fi, and they can call on their laptop or on their cell phone if they have Teams on it, and make the call over Wi-Fi. Or data, so they don't have to burn up their cell minutes, or maybe they don't have cell. That's a great option. An auto attendant. So this is one of the coolest features, I think. You can, with Teams Voice, you unlock an auto attendant, and that allows you to set up and personalize. Like at Regroove, we have Karen as our voice. So when someone calls, it automatically answers and it says, "Hello, thank you for calling. These are our business hours. If you'd like to talk to a human, press 1." And it just kind of gives everybody that bit of information. We've all dealt with an auto attendant before, but this is just kind of a way to make it feel more personal. And we'll set up to do calling groups, so it can forward the person that calls in onto different people. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, but it all stems from the auto attendant. The other cool thing about Teams Voice is it does direct routing. So let's say you're in the middle of transitioning from your current phone system over to Teams Voice. You can set it up to where if you've got a phone number through Shaw or TELUS or whoever your phone provider is, you can directly route that number from Shaw into Teams Voice. So it's kind of a way to kind of blur the lines a little bit. If you don't want to go full Teams Voice, you can just set up to still have your phone number, but you're kind of still paying the phone provider, and then getting it directly routed into Teams, so you can answer the call in Teams if you wish. It's also a good option for the transition period. If you are going into full Teams and you want to keep the numbers, you can do direct routing, and then once you get it all locked in and everything's in Teams, then you're just all Teams. You don't have to worry about your phone provider anymore. It's all through Microsoft Teams. Calling groups. So this is what we talked about with the auto attendant. You can set up calling groups, or you can just have your own calling groups. The cool thing about this and how we use it is we have a calling group set so that if someone calls our line and wants to talk to a human, instead of just calling one person, and maybe that person's on vacation, or maybe they're out to lunch, or maybe they're working on something right now and they can't answer the phone, a calling group allows it to set to as many people as you want to have their phones ring. So we have it set to, if you call into our line and somebody wants to talk to a human, it rings 4 separate people. It rings all of those people at once. All of their devices all ring, and whoever picks up first is the lucky winner, and they get to talk to that person on the phone. It's really useful also if you wanted to do it for departments. So if you wanted to just dial the IT department, everyone in IT's devices would ring, their phones would ring, and whoever answers first is the one that gets to talk to them. And that just helps, like I said, with vacations or lunches, or if people are busy, somebody will be there to answer the phone, most likely. Dial by name. So the days of having to remember your party's extension are gone. There are no extensions in Microsoft Teams. And instead, you just say the name of the person you're trying to reach. So if you call in and it's like, you can just say the name of the person you want. So you dial in and you want to talk to Matt, you just say Matt. And then it'll say, did you say Matt Longpre? Yes. Boom. It'll direct you straight to him. You don't need to know his number. You don't need to know anything else. You just say the name of the person and it'll direct them to them. So it's a pretty cool feature. And lastly, Teams Voice is 911 location services compliant. So you can set it up to where if it's calling from within the office, they will know where you are. Just like a cell phone, it doesn't follow you around with your GPS or anything. So you do still have to be wary of that, but it will have your office address ready to go. So just to follow up, these are all the things that we just talked about. The external dialing from the domestic calling plan. You can make data or Wi-Fi calls. You can do voicemails. You can do direct routing. You get the auto attendant. You get dial by name, calling groups. You can transfer calls, and you have the 911's location services. So a lot of really cool features here. And so just a reminder, these all are unlocked with the combination of the 3 add-ons. The domestic calling plan, which is the ability to dial in or out, kind of replaces the phone company that you're currently on. And then you have the phone system license, which kind of replaces the old school internal switchboard for your organization. That does all the features, like that's where you get the auto attendant, that's where you get the direct routing, the ability to transfer calls, dial by name, all that stuff is in the phone system license. And lastly, you have communications credits, and that's just the piece that makes sure you don't run out of minutes through the month, so people can still make their calls automatically, and you don't have to think about, oh my gosh, did I remember to renew? Do we have enough minutes to make it through the month? The communications credits make sure you don't have to worry about that part. So what does it look like when we get into Teams Voice? Let's take a look at that. So like we talked about before, on the left side there, you've got the calls button unlocked now. So when we clicked on it, we can see this screen. I can see all my fellow Regroove compadres there. I can call any of them. And I've also got speed dial, so I can set up a speed dial just like on a cell phone. You can have your favorite lines ready to go. You've got your contacts list. You can add contacts just like it operates just like a cell phone would, or any kind of phone system. You've got all the features: speed dial, contacts, call history, voicemail. So if you click on history, you can see who the last person you called, when they called, incoming or outgoing calls. Right above the dial pad here, you can see that I've got my phone number. So if you wanted to call me, this is my number. But at Regroove, we don't really give out everyone's personal numbers, really. We just give out our main line, and then people will call that and just say the name of the person they're trying to get a hold of. There's no need to make personalized business cards. There's no need to have people reaching different phone numbers. Just have them dial the main line, and then either dial by name or press 1 to talk to a human. 4 people's phones will ring. They're going to get a hold of somebody to talk to. And then below that, the dial pad operates just like any other dial pad you've used. You can click the numbers, or you can use your keypad. Both work great. And you can add groups. One of the questions that we got in the presentation earlier was, can you make contact groups here? And yes, you can. You can make a sales group, so you have all the salespeople together. You can do the IT people, marketing, whatever it is. You can add those groups here. Pardon me, just gonna click through here. There we go. So I started at Regroove about a month and a half ago here, and it did not even occur to me when I came in and I saw the desk. I was just like, wow, fancy modern desks. Look how clean and nice everything is. This looks awesome. And it didn't click until a couple days later, like, oh my gosh, there's no phone on the desk. Like, how do I make calls? Am I just expected to use my cell phone? And then it kind of clicked, oh, I can make calls from Teams. Awesome. They've given me this awesome headset. And it was honestly a smooth transition. It didn't even give a second thought once it clicked, and I was like, all right, make calls using Teams. Placed my calls in and out, worked like a charm. And then it got me thinking that when I was making this presentation, I was searching for clean, modern office desk, and none of the photos that I could find had a traditional office phone in them. It feels like everybody's kind of moving away from the old office phone and heading towards this modern era of cell phones and using the devices we have to make calls. I thought that was kind of cool. Let's see if my video loads here. This is going to be, yeah, here we go. So this is all the, Microsoft has a big list of Teams compliant devices. So if you go to their website, you've got headsets, you've got speaker phones, you've got desk phones. So if you do like that desk phone and you don't want to let go of that, those options are still there. Room systems, conference phones, cameras, they've got a little bit of everything. You can figure out what it is that you want to do and how you want to do it. And Microsoft has Teams supported devices. These are some of the ones that we use. These are our favorites at Regroove. We've got people that want wireless. We've got some people that don't want to bother with wireless and having to charge their device, so they like the wired version. There's versions with 2 headphones with noise canceling. There's versions with 1 headphone, so you can still kind of hear what's going on around you. It's all totally personal preference, and there are so many cool things, and you can just kind of get the thing that works best for you. Also, if price is an option, or if price is an option, I wish that was true. If price is a factor, these things range, anywhere from the hundreds down to you can get a headset for $60. So not bad, and it still works just as well as anything else. It gets the job done. Over here on the right, we have the old school handsets. And we use one of those at Regroove just to have in the office for if visitors come in and they want to use the phone or again, to make sure we're 911 ready. We don't have to worry about, where do we work? What's our address? If it's an emergency, it's there, it's ready. And this second from just to the left of this blast from the past one on the far right, we've got the mobile first collaboration, and that's basically just a cell phone sitting in a dock. The device itself is just kind of a dock with a dial pad and numbers, and you can put your headset device on there and basically just kind of use your cell phone as a way to make calls, and it charges the cell phone too while it sits there, so that's pretty cool. And in the middle, we've got the conference room setups. So you can get multiple people in a conference room together and make phone calls through Teams Voice or the video calls or anything like that. But they all work in Teams Voice as well. Demo time. So bear with me here for a second. I'm going to try something. Here we are in our calls tab for Teams Voice. I've got all my Regroove pals here that we could call, but they're all busy doing other stuff. So let's open our history. We're going to call Regroove. So we double click.
Hello, and thank you for calling Regroove. Please say the name of the person you would like to speak to. To reach a human, press 1 now. To reach Regroove Studios, press 2 now.
But we're not going to do any of those things. We're going to hang up. Okay, awesome. So that was a taste of the auto assistant. When we dialed, we got Karen's voice. Thank you for calling Regroove. If you know who you want to talk to, just say their name. And if you want to talk to a human, press 1. The other cool thing is in Teams Voice, you do still have a dial pad. So if you do want the option of press 1 now, you can still be able to push numbers and navigate through menus and stuff in Teams Voice. I don't think we talked about this, but the auto assistant can also have different modes. So if you want to have it during office hours, you can set it up to where, press 1 to talk to a human, or if you know who you want to talk to, say their name. But you don't want to be directing people to try to talk to humans when you know for a fact there are no humans there. Someone calls at midnight, nobody's going to be in the office. You don't want to try to get them to contact a person when you know that there are no people there to be contacted. So you can set after hours mode. So when your office closes, you can switch your auto attendant to, answer the phone automatically and tell the person, thank you very much for calling our business. Our office hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you want to give us a call back tomorrow or Monday, we'd love to talk to you then. And that just kind of helps prevent confusion if people are, expecting that people, for whatever reason, will be there at midnight. You can set it up to where you don't have any of that. You just have day mode, night mode, or off hours mode, and everything's happy. If we wanted to, we could also dial phone numbers. So for the sake of argument, let's dial my phone number, my cell, 250. Alright, so I'm just going to hit call. This should call my cell phone. There it goes, making the call. My cell phone is ringing. It says I'm getting a call from me on Microsoft Teams, so I'll answer that. Hello?
Hello? Hey, how's it going? Oh, it's great. Thanks for calling me on Teams. All right, bye.
That was fun, wasn't it? Okay, so that's how you can make and place calls on Teams. I guess one of the other questions that we got was, what does it look like when your phone rings? So let me call this from my cell phone, and we'll find out together. 401-7879. So I'm just calling this number right here, and we'll see what happens when this device gets a phone call. It's ringing now. Hey, there it is. It's the familiar Skype sound. So it does have caller ID. It tells me who's calling, so I can answer. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
And that's how that works. Easy peasy. So the important thing to remember here is that Teams Voice is not a one-size-fits-all solution. There are many paths you can go down to get the solution that works best for you. So this is just a little taste of some stuff that I looked up before we came here. There's some options from Shaw. There's some options from TELUS. This particular Microsoft example is for a Microsoft 365 Business Voice plan at $22.50 a month. There are different prices for the different Microsoft 365 or Office 365 bundle you have. Again, there's not a one-size-fits-all. It is a per user per month situation. So some domestic calling plans, I think Sean had said, are like 150 minutes a month, or you can get a 3,000 a month minute plan. And you do pool those minutes together. So if you've got 10 people that are on the 150 minute plan, all of those minutes go together. And so they're not per user. But if you have people on the 3,000 a month minute plan, those minutes do not get shared with the smaller plans. It's just like you've got two categories. You can either share the big minute plans or share the small minute plans. They do not cross over. But a good example would be if you've got a sales team, put them on the large plan and put everybody else on the smaller minute plan. And then the sales can all share the mega minutes, and everyone else can just kind of use things as they come up. There is a lot of personalization as far as the cost goes. So yeah, hope everybody learned a little bit, and thank you very much for joining. If you have questions, you can email us. You can go to the website. My phone number was in this presentation earlier. You can call me, I guess. And yeah, I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and good luck with Teams Voice, and have a great day. Regroove.ca if you'd like to reach out to us. And we look forward to chatting with you. Thank you.